If you grew up watching Nollywood movies, then there is a very good chance you remember this face, Nkiru Sylvanus. For many Nigerians, she was the unforgettable bleble, the young actress who seemed to cry in almost every movie and somehow made millions of views cry along with her. She was the one of those faces that defined the old Nollywood era. But over the years, something changed. The actress who once appeared in movies after movies gradually became less visible on our screens, and for many fans, it felt like Nkiru Sylvanus has simply disappeared. But her story is far more complicated than that. Behind the laughter, the fame, and the movie roles was a woman who experienced some very difficult chapters in her life. Nkiru Sylvanus began her acting career as a young woman and eventually became one of the most recognizable actresses in the Nollywood. Her emotional performance, particularly in movies such as A Cry for Help, made her extremely popular. Her ability to cry on cue became so famous that audience began associating with her emotional characters. But acting wasn't the only part her life would take. At one point, Nkiru stepped away from the regular Nollywood scene and became involved in politics and public service. And then in December 2012, something happened that shocked many Nigerians. Nkiru was kidnapped in Owerri State while serving as a political aide. She was reportedly held for several days before she was eventually released. Imagine being a woman who has spent years entertaining millions of people, suddenly finding yourself in such a terrifying situation. Thankfully, she survived the ordeal and was reunited with her family. But as the years passed, Nkiru became increasingly absent from the movie scenes. The actress many Nigerians had known or watching was no longer everywhere. New generation of actors were becoming popular, and slowly people began asking what happened to Nkiru Sylvanus. Then years later, she suddenly returned to public attention. Well, her marriage in 2023, Nkiru Sylvanus married Richie Sami, and the actress once again became a major topic of conversation online. After spending so much time away from the spotlight, Nigerians were suddenly seeing pictures of Nkiru everywhere again. But the attention didn't stop there. More recently, images and videos of the actress began circulating online, and many fans noticed that she looked different from the Nkiru Sylvanus they remembered. Some people commented that she appeared much thinner and paler, while others said she looked considerably older than they expected. And almost immediately, concern turned into speculation. People began asking, is Nkiru Sylvanus okay? What happened to her? Why does she look so different? But this is where we need to be careful. Looking different does not automatically mean that someone is sick. It doesn't automatically mean that someone is sick. There has been a lot of speculations online about Nkiru's health, but there has not been reliable confirmation of a specific illness. In fact, her husband has spoken out against misleading claims concerning her well-being. And Nkiru herself also appeared publicly, showing that she couldn't simply believe everything that circulates on social media. So perhaps the bigger story isn't simply about how Nkiru looks today. Perhaps it's about everything this woman has been through, from becoming one of the Nollywood most recognizable young actresses to being known across Nigeria as bleble, to leaving the regular movie scene, to entering public service, to surviving some circumstances, to building a life away from the constant attention of the cameras. And now, as her fans see her again and notice that she looks different, many are understandably concerned. But instead of spreading rumors, perhaps the kindest thing we could do is wish her well. After all, we watch Nkiru Sylvanus make us laugh. We watch her cry on our screen, also make us cry too. Because me particularly, I cried during that time. We watch her grow from a young Nollywood actress into a woman with a completely different life. And after everything she has experienced, she deserves kindness. So if you're a fan of Nkiru, perhaps this is the moment to simply say, Nkiru, we remember you, we remember the movies, we remember bleble, and we wish you happiness and many more beautiful years ahead. So what do you remember most about Nkiru Sylvanus? Was it her old Nollywood movies, her emotional roles? Tell me in the comments. And if you enjoyed this story, subscribe for more Nollywood stories updates. Thank you.